All right, guys, so here we have another requested video, this time the towel cycle on my LG front load washer. So here we have a pretty mixed load of pretty much light towels except for that one blue one in the middle, but it's been washed plenty of times, so I have no concern about this bleeding at all. That we're not going to be washing on like hot or anything. So what I'm going to be doing for this cycle, as you see, we're going to be washing warm, so we'll be fine. I always do turbo wash just because I don't see a reason not to do it. And since some of these are stained kind of bad, just from like being cleaning rags and whatnot, I'm going to be doing a pre-wash on this. So you'll get to see what this machine does during pre-wash as well. Because spoiler alert, it is different than the main wash. So though you can't really see it, there is detergent in the main compartment, white distilled vinegar in the softener compartment, and I did put just a smidge of detergent in the pre-wash compartment too, though that has washed down by now. So let's get started. Usually the towel cycle with this size load is roughly 54 minutes without pre-wash. So we'll see how pre-wash affects that. My guess it is going to be over an hour, but by how much, I don't know. And I will get the light situated in just a moment here. My apologies. Oh, did not mean to turn off the light. That's a little counterproductive there, isn't it? Okay, so we are estimating here an hour and 9 minutes. So the pre-wash is adding, so it's 9 plus 6, 15 minutes. That's a respectable time for a pre-wash. Not sure if you noticed, but I did put some baking soda in there as well. Usually that sticks around for the main wash, but it's just gonna be for the pre-wash this time. Because it obviously drains the pre-wash water before moving on to the main wash. I think the light's probably fine, actually. Just try moving it just a smidge closer, maybe. So you guys get a better view of what's going on there. I think that's good. So we're just filling through the detergent compartment right now. Just through the pre-wash compartment too. So this stage does use less water than the main wash, obviously. I mean, as you can tell, some of the towels are like not even wet yet. So it is going to spend a lot of time filling. I also do not believe we're going to be seeing any of the different wash motions during the pre-wash stage, though I could be wrong. Then I'm not sure if TurboWash is activated during the pre-wash either. I hope it is. I don't understand why they wouldn't do it for the pre-wash, but I don't know. This machine has surprised me in other ways. I believe it is going to be filling with warm water during the pre-wash because that's the wash water temperature, though I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay, yeah, so now you can kind of see that some of the towels are actually getting wet, though like I said, since they don't have turbo wash on right now, it is going to take longer for that saturation to actually occur. Oh, okay, so they do have turbo wash for the pre-wash, which is good. Although it does not look like we got the different wash motions. Hopefully they still keep that for the main wash though. Something that is a little weird that I'm noticing here is that I'm listening to how it sounds when when it's filling, and it sounds almost like it's filling up the compartment, like the pre-wash compartment completely, and just before it's at like the completely full mark, that's when it stops. I wonder how it I wonder if that's like if it realizes that or not. There's an approximate water level for the pre-wash there. Obviously it's a little distorted with the TurboWash nozzles on, but that's about how much water that it ended up filling with. It seems like now it's done filling and it's just doing tumbling with the TurboWash nozzles constantly being on. Pretty effective pre-wash if I do say so myself. Okay, so the pre-wash was actually only 9 minutes long. So I guess the load was just a little bit bigger than I anticipated. So that it thought about an hour was appropriate for the wash, unless it's going to do an intermediate spin. It looks like what it's preparing to do right now, actually. So we could technically still be in the pre-wash stage because the pre-wash light is technically still on. I feel like that would turn off if the pre-wash was done. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. I don't think it's going to be this balance. No way. Okay, so yeah, now the pre-wash light just turned off. So 54 minutes is what I anticipated for the load without pre-wash. So pre-wash lasted about 15 minutes according to the washer timer. Now, real time, I think that was a little bit longer because it looked like it was staying at 1 hour and 7 minutes for a bit longer than just a minute. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't talking for 4 minutes before I started this video, so yeah, obviously it's going to be a bit distorted as I speed things up for you guys, but right now the video's been going for about 19.5 minutes. But here we are on the wash stage. You can see the 6 motions? There we go. Starting off with stepping. Just 2 cycles of stepping as the turbo wash goes on. Now we're on to scrub. 3 cycles of scrub. And now, here we go for filtration. As now we get all 4 turbo wash nozzles on. Alright, we're still going for it. All 4 turbo wash nozzles on full blast for the filtration motion, if it can find a balance that it's happy with. I think it just gave up on doing filtration. Unless this is going to try again in the other direction. Oh no, I think it's just doing sort of fast tumbling. There's the water level for the main wash. As you can see, it's a bit more than the pre-wash, that it's almost covering the entire paddle as opposed to about half of it. Okay, so it's actually doing the stepping motion during the wash stage. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's cool. I've seen it do scrub during the wash before, but never step. Okay, interesting. So the wash stage is now done. And with 42 minutes remaining, we are onto the rinse. So that was a 12-minute wash. I believe this has got to have at least 2 rinses, maybe even 3 built in. I didn't put any extra rinses, as you guys saw, so not sure what the deal is there, but guess we'll find out. There's the approximate water level for the first rinse. Looks to be about the same as the wash, maybe just a little less actually. But then again, all 4 turbo wash nozzles are going at full blast, so do gotta keep that in mind as well. So far it seems to be rinsing just like every other cycle, where the turbo wash is constantly on and it's just doing a bunch of tumbling. So I suppose that was to be expected. Looks like we're draining now for second intermediate spin. There's 32 minutes remaining, but we still are on the rinse stage. So that intermediate spin took about 5 minutes, roughly about the same time as the one going from the wash to the first rinse. And then that took about 12 minutes to go from that to this. Well, no, let me do my math here. So after the wash, it did a 5-minute intermediate spin. Then roughly a 7-minute long first rinse. Now we did another 5-minute long intermediate spin. So with about 26 to 27 minutes left, according to the wash display timer that is. That's what we have right now. We're going to go into the second and I think final rinse. We're filling with the atomizing sprayer, as you can see. already got the turbo wash nozzle going. Right now we should be dispensing the white distilled vinegar or softener, whichever you put in. I forgot to mention when the bleach was dispensing at the end of the wash stage, but you'll notice, you would have noticed that by the atomizing sprayer turning on before the first intermediate spin going into the rinse stage. But yeah, right now it looks like we are going to be entering the final rinse. Interesting. We had a 4-minute rinse here, and is draining. 22 minutes left. We're still in the rinse stage. So is it going to do another intermediate spin and then a third rinse? I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this in another washer before. Okay, yeah, so it is doing a third rinse. 16 minutes remaining. So it's probably going to be either a 4 or 5 minute long rinse, I'd imagine, before the final spin, which is going to be at the extra high spin speed, which I don't, well, actually wait, the speed wash cycle did it too, but this is one of the few cycles that actually has it as the default setting. There's an idea of the water level there for the final rinse. Okay, so with 12 minutes left, we are getting ready for the final spin. Can't believe the thing actually did 3 rinses, but I suppose it kind of makes sense for the towel cycle because it wants to make sure that it gets all of the detergent out as fast as possible. I'm pretty sure it would do this regardless of whether or not I do pre-wash, because the cycle time really didn't change. So I'm sure this was still a pretty accurate representation of what the cycle entails. So now we're going to end it off with the extra high final spin speed, and we'll take it from there. With this cycle, I believe we get the tumbles at the end. Yep. Not that they're really going to do too much though at this point. And there you have it, guys. The towel cycle with pre-wash on an LG front load washer. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, stay cool, everybody.